Hey student, I am teacher Prix and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Well, it is Thursday night, maybe morning for you, and I am here tonight to have a more casual hangout with you guys. A more casual live lesson. Right now I am live on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Hey guys, what's up? Tell me who you are and where you're from. Tonight I'm going to be talking a little bit about my international experience. I lived in Boston, Massachusetts, in the United States for 2 years. So I'm going to be telling you a little bit about my experience while I lived there, some problems that I had, some challenges. I will also answer some questions regarding do I learn English abroad or can I learn English from my home? What was my English like when I went to Boston? Before going to Boston, what was my English like? What was my study routine like? What did I learn in Boston? A little bit about the American culture and things that I did there, my everyday life, my routine. Because I imagine that many of you would like to travel abroad someday or enjoy the experience. That is true, Nancy. Today is Thanksgiving, and Americans celebrate Thanksgiving. It's a very special holiday for Americans, and tomorrow is Black Friday, so it's weird. On one day they're like, yes, thank you, and the next they're like shopping. So it is really a very interesting culture. If you don't know me very well, I'm always here on YouTube making different kinds of English lessons to help students achieve one thing: speaking English, so that they can talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime. When you understand what fluency is, you become able to talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime. There's a process that you need to follow. English doesn't have to be complicated, and that's my mission here on my channel. As usual, during live lessons, I like to know who you are, so make sure to post here in the comments your name, where you're from. I really like to know where you guys are watching me from. It's really special to see so many different people from so many different places joining me tonight. Now, guys, why Boston? I think that when you're choosing a place to go, and maybe you want to go because you want to study, maybe because you want to work, maybe because you want to break free. I want to break free. I don't know what your reason is, but it's important to choose really wisely where you want to go. Okay, and sometimes for some people the choice is connected with money. Oh, I can pay, I can afford going to this place, so that's where I'm going. So make sure to always research about the place you want to go. Okay, so if you want to go to America, why do you want to go there? Okay, so really understand why you want to go. And I say this based on my experience. Boston was not my first choice. United States was not my first choice. My first choice was England. I wanted to go to England so bad, but at the time, I think it was, well, when I decided that I was going to travel, I was about 19 years old. 19? I'm older today. Anyway. And at the time when I decided I wanted to go to England, then I went to a travel agency and I had to adjust my reality. England was too expensive. I couldn't afford going to England, even if I pay for a trip in England. That's when I started to really wonder, okay, I can't go to London. What do I do? What is my second best option? So when you're deciding to go abroad, I imagine you have your priority: London, Australia, Toronto in Canada. But always have a second choice, because you never know what an amazing experience you may have with your second choice. Today I am absolutely in love with America. Okay, I think that it's absolutely one of my favorite places in the world. I've been to London, I went to England, and I cannot say that it was amazing. I had some problems in England. I had some problems in Italy. I had some problems in Spain. I think everywhere I go, I have problems. And I am gonna share some of them, not all of them, because some of them are private, but I'll share some stories with you guys. So when you're deciding to go abroad, always have this in mind. Okay, I have my number one place that I would love going to, and then I have my second place, which is okay, and I'll be happy there. I'll be happy there as well, because going to a place means that you're going to get in contact with the culture, with the people, with the history. It's not just the language. It's not just Mickey, at Disney. It's not just Times Square in New York. You are going to be next to, close to the reality of the people you're going to in that particular country. So therefore, it is important to become familiarized with the place you're going to. And simply watching movies, like Hollywood movies, you may not have really a clear picture of what a country is like based on the movies. Okay, here in Brazil, there are many movies that happen in Rio de Janeiro. I went to Rio de Janeiro, and well, I didn't get the movie experience. Okay, why? Because it's a movie. Everything is perfect in the movie. Now, is Rio nice? Yes, absolutely. Rio de Janeiro is very nice. But in movies, we get a different picture. We get a very romantic way, a romantic view of the place and the environment. So whenever you watch movies about America, always remember that it may be a little bit more than it actually is. Okay? Not saying it's bad. I love America. But movies are movies. They are supposed to help you play with your imagination. They are supposed to make you desire things, okay? Make you wish for that thing and making you want to go there. That's what movies are for. They are there to make you, to intrigue your imagination. And they do a very good job. But it's important to get back to reality and realize that the reality is a little bit different. Therefore, when you plan a vacation or an international trip, it's important that you understand that, okay? The place may be different from what you expected. And this happened to me in London. I had this completely different picture of what London would be like. And on my first day in London, I was like, oh boy, I was not excited. I enjoyed my trip, but I didn't click. I didn't connect with the London style. Now, would I go back? Absolutely. It's a beautiful place. I loved many aspects of London, but I clicked way more with Boston. Boston is in my heart. I would live in Boston for the rest of my life. So getting back to the point, why Boston? I decided to go to Boston when I realized that London would be out of the picture. So I started to do more research about the United States. And I was already a teacher, okay? So if you think that, oh, she learned English in the United States, well, I improved my English, but I was already a teacher before going to Boston. So by the time I went to Boston, I was already a teacher. I even helped people in Boston with my English, with my teaching skills. So when I went there, I was already a teacher. So I really wanted to choose a good place to go because I had a goal in mind. I wanted to take a course, to take different courses to improve my teaching skills. So it was important to me to pick a place that would help me improve my career as a teacher. So I picked Boston because I started reading about the United States. I was interested in some cities, but the one that really spoke to me was Boston. And at the time, I decided, what did I decide? I don't remember. Oh, what did I decide? Oh, yes. Okay, I had many interviews. Oh, yes, I remembered. Going to Boston was not that simple to me because when you travel abroad, you have some options. You can go as a tourist. Okay, you can stay a week, you can stay 2 weeks, you can stay 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, 6 months. It depends on how much money you have. You can go as a student, really nice. Depending on the visa you have as a student, you may need to go to college or university, or depending on the student visa, you may just go there to study English. It really depends on the kind of visa you have. And you have different programs. I did the au pair program. Do you know what au pair means? Tell me here in the chat. Hashtag yes or hashtag no. Do you know what the au pair program is? Actually, for the young girls watching me, au pair is actually a very nice program. If you are between 18 to 28 years old, you can apply for this program, the au pair. When I decided to travel abroad, au pair, you don't know what au pair is, Sylvia? Okay, Elisabetta knows what au pair is. What else, guys? Do you know what au pair is? Tell me here, hashtag yes or hashtag no. People on Facebook as well. Tell me if you know what au pair is. Hisham, why did I pick Boston to improve my career? Because of Harvard. I went to Harvard. I was able to attend classes at Harvard, but I will get into more